All right, so it's time to begin the build. Let's head over here to the shop and see what we got to move. Looks like the Camara's in the way. We got to get this over here, and then we can start. All right, so now it's out of the way. Get to work on this. I think we're going to work on the transmission first. So cut the exhaust off, get the transmission out, go from there. We got Joseph Potak over here. I'm sure a lot of you guys know him. If not, here he is. He does a lot of our R&D, all that kind of work, a lot of the testing. He put together this car and the blue heads cam car completely himself. The dude's crazy. I mean, his skills are legend. So he's written a few books on this stuff. So this is going to be nothing for him. We're going to get it done. We're going to show you guys how it's all done. And yeah, enjoy. What, you got anything to say, Potak?
The last time I worked on the Vortec engine was 2002, before we started Texas Speed. So this will be a little reminder to the old days. Safety first.
Oh no, we're not losing our light, are we?
We're gonna lose our light.
Oh.
We also have to take off the hood too.
Yeah, don't want to scratch this puppy. We'll also probably put some plastic, some, you know, the wrap right here on the fenders and stuff so we don't end up damaging it. We got to keep this baby looking clean.
Takes me back.
Well, that was pretty easy. Gosh, look at all this space it opened up too. Plenty of room in there for a nice LT. Here's that sweet exhaust. Dual muffler. To the sweet chrome tips. Whoa! All that torque.
Whoops.
Oh, bent her right up.
Let me just bend that back into place.
Looks like there's an American flag on that blade. She'll cut right through this then.
Yeah, this has got all the bald eagles. One. Do the same thing to this guy. That's how we make the Cletus and Cars exhaust system.
I think so. This looks pretty
a lot
much
of the fabrication.
Yes.
We're borrowing from the demolition drag car. What was that car?
The last one was a Lincoln. The one before that was a Cadillac.
And one more cut, and then we'll take the muffler.
Oh, look at that hanger weld. That's beautiful.
Do that one there. We'll do this one right before that bend. Notice that GM pipe's a little bit tougher to cut. It's a real pipe. That exhaust pipe cut right through like butter.
Hey, little nick to the. Oh, it barely even can't even feel it.
Yeah, I felt it when it was hitting. It's one of the easiest exhaust systems I've ever removed.
Well,
let's mock it up.
When you use the saw instead of a wrench, it'll come off easy.
So we can give people kick-ass parts for a decent price.
I think that's a fair price.
Yeah, because that piston's pretty badass. It's going to have a badass rod, and it'll use a stock brake.
What kind of power you think you get? 1,000, 1,100?
1100 all day long.
We haven't
1200.
built a 5.3 to sell.
We have a similar guy running that motor.
We sold pistons to
13,
sell, but we
15
never built
tire
a. Yeah, we can build a lot of power out of it.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna post it up there, and we'll give people dibs at it, so people who want to build budget 5.3s can build a badass 5.3 on a
Well, we
budget.
could sell a rotating assembly too, just as an option.
We
if
have the
people don't
rotating
have the
assembly
correct
already out
one.
there because people have already bought it as rotating assembly. Those
Right.
pistons go like crazy.
That's the same ones that we sent to Garrett for Ruby.
Yeah, same piston. It's a good piston.
So it'll be
I
a
like it.
similar engine to what
Okay,
Ruby has.
get it up on the site so people who start buying it, you get some pictures of it.
Hey, you guys heard it here first. We got a budget boost block coming your way. You guys see it's got a little C-notch here in the frame that was already installed when we bought it. Looks like the bolt might be loose even. So we'll definitely take a look at that and make sure it's something safe for us to drive around on. Double check it. And you guys know we're going to be doing something with the suspension anyway. We haven't got it all settled out yet, but we'll start working on it.
You mean this missing
No, it
bolt?
looks like that top right one.
Let me.
No, it might be tight.
They have a lock washer under it.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't look right for
Yeah,
sure.
it looks like it's got a gap, big old gap.
It's not the kind of gaps we want.
The only gaps this truck's gonna be seeing when we're done is gapping other people.
It's good practice.
Looks like there may have been a little exhaust leak right here. They didn't.
Yeah,
Looks like
yeah.
they tried to weld a few times, but
They missed it. They missed it a little bit.
Completely. All right, so now we're gonna work our way from the back forward. Unbolt the drive shaft. Come up here, get the drive shaft all unhooked. Of course, we're gonna have some leaking. Got the pan ready for that. We'll have to lower the lift a little bit to get the transmission jack under here. Dust shield, torque converter. Let's get to it.
This is a very intricate tool. If you don't have one, you need one. The snap-on pry bar. In fact, it's in the tool list. Required tools for transmission swap.
See how well we got her lined up? Oh, and nothing's leaking.
Nothing leaked there. We never checked the transmission fluid. It could be low. I don't know what this.
It drove and shifted like a champion.
Oh,
though,
that's
so.
spline grease. So apparently somebody was complaining about it clunking, and they put this grease on the splines to help it not clunk for about 10,000 miles.
Nothing but bald eagle is going to be living in this bad boy when we're done.
I'm pretty excited to do a Gen 5 swap in this truck. I mean, the easier job would have been to put in like a Gen 3 5.3, of course, which, you know, everybody's done and everybody's still doing, which is a great engine, but the L83 just starts off a little bit better because of the direct injection, a lot more compression.
I'm excited that it's only got 8 miles on the drivetrain. It's going to be like a brand new, brand new OBS, so to say.
I just wish the Gen 5 engines had a power steering option, and maybe some of the 3/4 tons and 1 tons do have a power steering option, but I haven't researched it enough to check. But we have an accessory drive to sort that stuff out.
We definitely have some issues right here. These bushings are pretty worn out. The control arms, I mean, they're pretty bulky and stuff. Hopefully we can find something cool to replace them with. Haven't really got that far yet. We've been pretty busy recently and haven't got all the parts together for this yet, but I'm sure we'll figure it out.
Anyway, we have a bunch of electrical to unplug. These plugs right here, there's an adhesive that GM puts inside of here that melts and glues these together. I don't know if it was intentional or just a byproduct of the connectors or like a waterproofing, but it's impossible to get these out without destroying both the connector and the neutral safety switch. So what I'll do is I'll just wrench it out. There's 2 bolts, one here and one here. Take off the shift linkage, pry off the whole neutral safety switch all in one assembly. Don't have to worry about replacing these. I mean, it wouldn't be a problem for us because we're not reusing it, but whoever's next will appreciate us not breaking probably a $50 part, maybe more. But we'll unplug all the O2 sensors, everything that we need to get to down here, the speed sensor, and we'll take off the dust cover, get access to the torque converter bolts, and then from there, it's a matter of the tranny lines and taking out the bell housing bolts. let me show you this special wiring tool.
Oh,
So this is actually a door trim remover. You know, pull this in front of the door panel, pop off the little tree, Christmas tree looking plugs.
that'd probably save a lot of people from tearing up clips.
But what I do is, of course, this one's easy to get to. You don't really need to use it, but it works great for unplugging all kinds of wiring. So this will be a good one.
Patent pending Potak wiring removal tool.
Yeah. And of course, I could have just pulled that down and unplugged it, but some cars you have to get way up in here and unplug O2 sensors, and that just works perfect versus a screwdriver or trying to fit your big fat hand up inside of somewhere it doesn't fit. Let me just use this tool a little bit more.
What about those pine needles?
Those we're gonna save those.
Those come with the setup.
We're gonna boil this in some tea, make a nice scented brew. And these transmission lines, they have seen better days, but we'll use the same tool here.
Man, that works perfect for them.
Yeah, it's one tool for pretty much everything. Just gotta get those little clips off, and then we'll use, they make a tool which I have to depress these little quick connects, but I'm just gonna pop those off real easy. Sometimes you need a hook scribe, but my universal wiring tool took that one off.
Patent pending.
Patent pending. Let's see if I can take off the other one. Oh yeah, look at that. Pretty much works for everything. Bam.
No other tool needed.
This, some channel locks, and a hammer.
So you
Pretty
guys
much
see what
all
that
you
looks
need.
like? Just kind of pops on there, a little secret.
Whoops. I might be able to super glue that and just kind of stuff it in there where nobody sees it.
It was already broken as far as I'm
it was
concerned.
already broken. That's exactly what happened.
Pizza? Yeah, bring the pizza on in.
Trevor's from yesterday.
All right.
Well, Trevor's not here. You won't mind.
Never say no to pizza. I'm gonna go ahead and set it over here and get out that in a little. What do we got? What are we talking here? Okay, I can deal with that. It's got jalapenos. We may have to take a break.
Trevor likes some weird.
There's a couple slices here we may have to just share real quick.
What is that?
It looks like
Sun-dried
peppers
tomatoes?
and ham and jalapenos and hey, it's pizza, man. It's, you know what they say about pizza.
It's always good.
A few moments later.
All right, so pizza and drink break complete. Now time to get back to work on the truck.
We got the bolts out, got the shift lever off. Basically unplug it from the transmission and leave the electrical plugged in. That's the best way to do that. Look at this, somebody's had this thing apart. See this clip right here? It's been unplugged and nobody put the wiring back in. That wiring's supposed to be up there.
So she may already be rebuilt.
More than likely. I mean, I don't see how 197 horsepower breaks a 4L60, but I guess it can happen.
And only in 97,000 miles, at least. That's what the cluster says.
It could have been taken apart for an oil leak like we were talking about, too.
Yeah.
So I'll take off the tranny shield, get the torque converter bolts out, and kind of go from there. I'll probably take the starter and stuff out if it needs to be removed. It's been a while since I worked on one of these, so I don't remember exactly the process or the most efficient way, but we'll just take stuff apart until we get the engine and transmission out.
Yeah, so we want to be able to do everything with this truck. Drag racing, autocross, burnout competitions, you know, anything we can come up on. Take it to some car shows. So we're not trying to build it exactly one way or the other, just like kind of a good all-around truck so we can go pick up parts with it here at the shop and take it to the autocross on the weekend.
I think that torque converter's been changed too.
That's quite a-
painted silver.
Quite a difference in size between this one
And this one over here.
Does bring you back a couple years?
Look at this. Has been changed.
Bill Clinton changed it while he was in office?
Yeah. It's about the era.
Ah, dude. Like you could push that and the rust will just make that break off.
Did you get your tetanus shot? You better go to the clinic, bro.
Get your elbow stabbed in shrooms.
Look, they see this? Somebody's had this apart before. This bracket wasn't bolted back on. This is something you would do at your garage at home, Dominic.
No, it's not.
You do things 100%.
I wouldn't have this truck in my garage at home, I'll tell you that right now. This looks like Potak.
Yeah, no, it unbolted that way.
Yeah, did it? Yeah. What about this green grout strap?
That's just
Corrosion?
that's just a little bit of corrosion.
She was arcing out.
Let's see if moron is here.
How many times do I have to rescue you on your own builds?
Never?
Every time.
Please. Every time I
Let
get
me
a phone
ask you
call,
something.
What do I do? Like, Potak,
Let me-
calm down. I'll be there. in a
Have
minute.
I ever been on the phone and been like, man, Potak, or man, Camus, let me turn this around. Man, Camus, I put this new engine in my Camaro. It sucked up an air filter bolt and broke a piston. Who does that sound like?
Your mother?
Dominic. We always have to give him some hell. He's always wheeling and dealing. And sometimes it bites him in the ass, as his last car has shown. Let me see if I remember how to do this. Whoops. Nah, I don't think that's gonna work. Maybe I'm just not putting it in the right tooth there. Oh, look at that. Okay, so torque converter's loose. We start getting ready to pull the transmission. There's 6 bell housing bolts around the perimeter. Luckily somebody left off a bolt in the nut here, so I have one less to remove. And looks like they put the other ones on.
They got the
There's-
top one there.
Yeah, there's 2 on the top, then the 2 on the sides on each side, so a total of 6. I'll have to do the transmission mount first. If it hasn't been changed, it should just be a 15. So, oh yeah, look at that. How convenient. I had it laying there. So an option whenever we do is it a 6L80 that we're putting in?
6L80, yeah.
So the frame has some extra
Oh, dang.
holes. So we might be able to retain this cross member and just move it back or drill some new holes and basically put this wherever we need to. The height may not be right, but we'll check it and make sure. Because basically we want the output shaft to be in the same angle right here as what this is now, going back.
That'd be pretty cool if we can just bolt it on in.
Yeah, just slide it back wherever we need it. There will probably be some. Oh, look at this.
Oh, a hide key?
A hide key.
Oh! Man, they didn't tell us about they wanted to get the truck back at some point.
What's in it?
I don't know. I
We'll
can't.
find some contraband in here. So we might need a screwdriver to bust this guy open.
Get the patent pending Potak tool.
Okay.
There it is.
Here we go. Is this the way you open this?
Yep.
Oh man,
Oh,
2
nice.
keys.
That is sweet. Who knew, guys?
Large key hider. Finding some
Looking good.
special.
Made in the USA?
We should test those and make sure they're the right key.
Yeah.
Let's leave them back in there.
Yeah, so we'll put them back. Guys, this won't be in the same location, so if you see it on the street,
Yeah, we're gonna hide it in a different location, maybe on the other side of the frame, to throw people off.
I keep forgetting to order the transmission fluid for this. So you guys saw we got the lines all on it and everything, and now just waiting on me to order some transmission fluid. So, in fact, I may go do that right now. Actually, make sure we get it on the way. Hey Ryan, can we get some Dextron Markron 3 I believe it is. Transmission fluid on the way. We need a gallon of that.
Gallon?
Yeah, I keep forgetting to order it for the black car, but all right, and it's that easy. Thanks, Ryan. Get it on the way, get that car back running so we don't have to push it in and out anymore. Yeah, if I didn't get that done right then, it'd be another couple days because I've been meaning to order it for days now. So got it done. Back to the truck. All right, looks like we got all 4 out. Wow.
I left my transmission extension. I have an extension like that long at home for this purpose, and I don't do enough transmissions to warrant it being here. Actually, half my tools are at home right now. The half I need. I think that's a 15. I'll try not to cut myself. I don't want to go to the hospital today.
This thing hasn't been too hard to pull apart though. A lot of the bolts, some of them are rusty, but they still come out reasonable.
Yeah, that hasn't been bad. Oh, I got it. So yeah, they have a stud.
Was there
It was a
something bolted on
9/16. No, some of them have the bolt, and then the dipstick tube will bolt to that.
Okay.
But yeah, we can't use those. Those are only small block 3/8 bolts. Next up will be the 4th gen. I'm excited to put the 4th gen together. I built that car when I was 28, back in like 2003 to 2004. We were kind of tired of building our own cars as race cars, so we found this one in a field. I think we paid like $2,600 for that car as a roller. You know, we got it, and of course, it looked like rabbits had been living in it and stuff. But it was a '98 Camaro, and it was perfect for what we wanted it for. Took it back, built it up. First race we went to, we raced 3 weeks from the time we bought the car.
Damn.
It was a 3-week build, and it went, I think the first pass ever down the track was a 1040 with like a 359 cubic inch engine, because we had to be smaller than 360 cubic inches. That was the engine size limit. And we ran that with the 204R.
Yeah, so in case, you know, some of you guys from the early days who have been around with us for a while, you guys know the 4th gen. It's a beast. So we're gonna resurrect that bad boy real soon. We got an engine in here, a couple special things to show you guys about it. We're gonna start that here in the next couple weeks. So we'll be working on this and at least getting that engine built, finish this up, get that car in here, get it done too. Can't wait to get that back on track. So it actually worked out pretty cool. That car is red, the 6th gen's white, and then our 5th gen heads cam car is blue. So we got the red, white, and blue heads cam only cars. The 4th gen used to hold the world record. You know, we set that record how many years ago, Potak?
That was, I think it was in 2008 is the first time we set the record, and then we bumped our own record like a year later. I think we went 980, 983, like 133 or 134. And then, you know, that's with the 5.7, which was, you know, unheard of times back then. Put the engine on the dyno, did some different cylinder heads, and got it to run a little bit quicker from there. The last time out, I think it did a 965 at 138, if I'm remembering right. The power was there to go quicker, but we didn't have the right torque converter, so we couldn't get up on the stall right. It did, I think the last pass was like a 140 60 foot, and it normally does like a 127. That car repeatedly does 127 every time. Instead of lifting or lowering the truck anymore, the only thing holding this is that stud. I'm just going to take the transmission jack off and get it out of the way, or transmission mount rather.
Okay.
It's just, that's the only thing holding it is that. We'll take the mount off, take the cross member off, lower the transmission a little bit, see if any fluid pours out. It's entirely possible that it wasn't full. This truck probably hasn't been a daily driver in a while. Blocks of wood, always good to have around the shop. Okay, so we'll take out the bottom 2 bolts, and that thing should be ready to drop out. I'm gonna have to go to the chiropractor from being hunched down under this car.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. I mean, it's
I don't know. It
perfect.
feels like I'm half a foot shorter.
Perfect height, really.
Somebody at LS Fest was like, "Oh man, is that Seth?" Like, yeah. He's like, "He looks shorter than I thought." I'm like, "Nah, man, that's just Seth."
Hey, 5'4.5" is the new 6 foot, right?
Yeah. It's good for what did you used to race?
Motocross.
Motocross. So you're like a motocross jockey. You ever see the horse jockeys?
Yeah.
They're smaller than you.
That's pretty much what everybody told me I should be when I was
you're a
growing
horse
up.
jockey. Just gonna pry on the starter a little bit. There's that side.
Oh yeah. Now she's just stuck right here. Probably is there a dowel? Yeah, the dowel.
Yeah, those dowels get like some corrosion on it. Usually I'll put some anti-seize on them if I'm doing it myself. Dang.
So there's still some transmission lines or something?
I pulled them off.
Oh,
I
okay.
think.
Yeah, they're
They
out.
should be off.
Yep, they're out.
The dipstick tube might pop off and pull this up.
It's looking good, man. It's looking good.
Bam. Transmission's
Boom.
on. I don't see any tags on it. Some rebuilders will put like a tag that says, "Hey, this was done by Billy Bob's Transmission."
Maybe
That's a GM one, but it's like somebody ripped it off.
this looks pretty clean in here.
This has been replaced
Yeah.
and painted. I'm sure this is like a rebuilt
It would have
setup.
been black or what factory?
Black and natural would have been just
okay.
raw metal.
Yes.
It would have looked like this, rust colored.
All right, guys. Well, I think that's gonna do it for this video. We pretty much, got some other stuff we got to take care of. It's getting late in the day. We got the transmission out. We got the exhaust off. We got a lot off the top, the intake. I mean, it's really gonna be pretty smooth sailing from here. You know, we got a lot of the harness already taken care of, so it's really looking pretty bare under here already. So, yep. We'll have the next video out in the next day or two. We'll be working on this tomorrow and the next day. Hopefully, we can just get all this stuff out completely this week, and then figure out exactly what all we're gonna need for the new L83. So, yep. Keep an eye out.